So hello guys, today we are going to discuss the sieve of Eratosthenes. So what is a sieve? Sieve is like a filter where we filter something out and produce the resulting results. Okay. Now what do we do with sieve of Eratosthenes? We try to find out a way of finding the prime numbers till a limit, and we've just filtered out the numbers which are divisible by another prime number, and then after filtering out we find out that the remaining numbers which are present, which are not divisible by any other prime number, is the final result of prime numbers till a destined user limit. Okay. Now I have made a table consisting of 50 numbers, first 50 natural numbers starting from 1 and ending till 50. Now I'll be doing a demonstration on how we implement the sieve of Eratosthenes in manually, and then we'll be implementing that manual implementation through our C++ code. Now let's say 1 is not a prime number, but we start with 2, right? The prime numbers is something which is divisible by itself and 1. So 2 is a prime number. Now we'll be filtering out all those numbers in till 50 which are divisible by 2. Now let's say we start from say 4. Okay. Now 4 is divisible, then 6, then 8, then 10. So likewise we push out all the numbers which are divisible by 2. So let's I do like this. Say in this column, after 2, in this column 12, 22, 32 and 42 are divisible by 2. So I give them a color, say yellow. Okay. Now after that, say 4, 14, 24, 34 and 44 are also divisible by 2. Okay. And then 6, 16, 26, 36 and 46 divisible by 2. Then 8, 18, 28, 38 and 48 are divisible by 2. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So these are all divisible by 2. So I have removed all those elements or marked all those elements which are divisible by 2, okay, by yellow. Now 2, I have finished my work with 2. Now let's move on to 3. Now 3 is also a prime number, so we'll be finding all those numbers which are divisible by 3. Okay. So here 3, first 6 is divisible by 3, but we have marked it for the case of 2. But now we'll be moving on to 9. Okay. So after 6, 9 is divisible by 3. So I'll be marking it with a different color. Say I mark it with light green. Okay. Now 9 is divisible by 3, and then 12 is also marked in the case of 2. Now we move on to 15. So I mark it now. Then it's 18 which is divisible by 2. So I'll be not be marking in the case of 3. 19, 20, 21. So 21 is not marked, so I mark it now. Then 24 is marked. 27 is not marked, so I mark it. And then 30 is marked. 33 is not marked. Okay. Then 36 is marked. 39 is not marked, so I mark this all. Then I mark it. 42 is marked, 45 is not marked, and 48 is marked, and then it's greater than 50. Okay, so I've marked all those numbers which are divisible by 3. Okay, so 3 is a prime number, and I've cut out all those numbers or marked all those numbers which are divisible by 3. Now 4 is not a prime number, so I'll not be considering the case of 4. Then I'll be moving on to 5. Okay. So 5 is a prime number, it's either divisible by 1 or itself. Okay. So I'll be finding out the numbers which are divisible by 5. So firstly 10 is divisible by 5, then 15. So 10 is marked in the case of 2, 15 is marked in the case of 3, then 20 is marked in the case of 2, then 25 is not marked. Okay. So I mark it with a different color, say a light orange color or a light red color, and then I mark 30, but it's taken in the case of 2, then 35 which is not marked, and then I take 40 which is not marked in the case of 2, then I take 45 which is not marked in the case of 3, and then I take 50. So this is 50 is marked in the case of 2. Okay, so now I have finished all the quota or the numbers which are divisible by 5. Okay, now 6 is not a prime number, then I move to 7. So 7 is a prime number. Now I will be taking all those numbers which are divisible by 7. Now let's say 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14. Okay, so 14 is marked, 7 threes are 21, 21 is marked, 7 fours are 28, 28 is marked, 7 fives are 35, 35 is marked, 7 6 are 42, 42 is marked, 7 sevens are 49. Now 49 is not marked, so I mark it with a different color, say a dark red color. Okay. Now I finished all the, say after 8, 8 is not a prime number, 9 is not a prime number, 10 is not a prime number, and 11 is now a prime number. So I will be taking 11. Okay. Now 11 is a prime number, but the thing is that the range of 11, 11 ones are 11, 11 twos are 22, 11 threes are 33. So these are all marked by the previous thing. Now you can see if we go for the range of 1 to 50, I am starting to mark from the square of that number or that prime number. So when I started marking for 2, I am starting marking from the numbers which are divisible from 4. Okay. Then when I am marking for 3, I have started marking the numbers divisible by 3 from 9. And then for 5, I have started marking for those numbers which are divisible by 5 from 25. And then for 7, it's 49. So I will be starting from the square root of that number and checking all those numbers which are divisible by that prime number. Okay. So this concept will be implementing to the through a code, C++ code, and will be finding out all those prime numbers till a user limit, say 50. Okay, so 50 is our user limit. Now another thing that I would like to explain is that out of all the numbers which I've marked from here, the numbers which are not marked, say except 1, because 1 is not a prime number, except 1, the numbers which are in white or not marked by any color, those are the numbers, those are actually the prime numbers till a limit, say till a user limit, say 50. Okay, so 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 41, 43, 47. These are the numbers or the prime numbers which we will display in our program, are the numbers which are actually not divisible by any other number, and they are divisible only by 1 and their own selves. Okay. So this we are going to display through our C++ program. Okay. Okay, so now I am going to implement the logic of the sieve of Aristophanes which I had explained earlier. Okay, so I start the code hash include iostream using namespace std int main. Okay, so I'll be taking a function, and I'll be implementing the logic using a function, and I'll be calling that function from the main method. Okay, so cout finding the prime numbers within a limit using sieve of Eratosthenes. Okay, so pardon me for the spelling, I might be wrong, and I take a N line for moving it to a new line. So the next I'll be taking a input from the user, which is the user limit. So cout, enter a limit, okay, semicolon, cin n. So I take the number as the input and I pass that input to a function prime sieve. Okay, so this is a function which through which I'll be implementing the logic, and I have to take a display cout the prime numbers till n are, okay, so this is the display, and before main I'll be calling the I'll be defining the prime sieve function, which is void prime sieve int n. Okay, now here the table which I displayed and through which I've explained, I'll be taking that table using an array. Okay, so int prime array prime, let's say it's a prime is an array. Okay, so prime 100. Okay, so 100 is the maximum number of maximum number of elements which we can have. So I can display it in the limit only, enter a limit within 100. So it will be better for the user to enter a number, and I initialize all the elements of the prime using 0. Okay, so I've initialized all the elements of the prime array using 0. Now I'll be taking a for loop for int I is equal to 2, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. Now I'll be starting the for loop from 2 and not 1, because 1 is not a prime number. Okay, and I've started from 2 and I'll be going till the limit. Then I'll be checking if prime I is equal to 0, means I'll be marking the multiples of only the prime numbers. Okay, and using the logic that the prime indexes of the prime array will only remain 0 and all other will be turned 1. Okay, so if prime I is equal to 0, for int j is equal to I square, so I'll be taking a square root of I, j is less than equal to n, j plus plus. Now I've explained the logic that why I'm taking the square of the number, because till the square means before the square all the numbers are marked from the previous cases, like for 2 and for 5 is starting from 25, and before that like 20, 15, 10, these are all marked in the case of 2 and 3. Okay, so that's why I'm taking the starting marking of the prime multiples of the prime number from the square root of that number. Okay, so j is equal to I square and prime j is equal to 1, Okay, so I'm marking that number or that index with 1, okay, which is the multiple of a prime number. So prime j is equal to 1. Then for int I is equal to 2. So now I have to display the prime indexes. I is equal to 2, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. Now here another thing is that it will be j plus is equal to I. J plus is equal to I, because it will be taking a loop of, say, if I consider 5 and the first number is 25, it will take a loop of 30, then a loop of 35, then a loop of 40, so like this. So it will be j plus is equal to I. Now another thing, So I've displayed this logic. Now I'll be displaying the numbers Cout. There will be a if condition, like if prime I is equal to 0, means I have to display only the prime indexes, because the prime indexes will only contain a key of 1, a key of 0. So that's why I will be checking that condition, and I'll be printing the indexes Cout I and a comma and a space. Okay. So last of all, I take a end line so that it moves on to the new line. So I've completed the writing of the code. So I hope it will be executed properly. Okay. So this has come, enter a limit within 100. So I take 50, and here you can see that all the prime numbers till 50 are displayed. Okay. So I take another thing like 60. So here you can see these are all the numbers, prime numbers till 50. I47 is the last prime number till 50, and two extra prime numbers are added, 53 and 59, okay, which are less than 60. Okay. So this is the logic on how we implement the sieve of Eratosthenes using C++ code. Okay. Thank you.